Welcome back to Cancers 101, where we break down the science behind the cancer. I'm your host, Ritika, and today we are delving into the dark world of oncovirus, viruses that hijack the immune system and fuel the development of cancer. I'll be joined by Aditi, as always, to navigate through the science and implication. Aditi, viruses and cancer might sound like a complete unlikely pair. But do they actually go hand in hand? What do you think?
Absolutely, Ritika. It's fascinating how some viruses like HPV and EBV have a special talent for pushing cells towards cancer. They exploit the immune system, especially when it's weakened. It's almost like they know exactly when the body defense are down.
So it's like the opportunistic intruders. So let's begin by talking about how viruses like human papillomavirus, HPV, Epstein-Barr virus, EBV, hepatitis B and C drive cancer formation. Aditi, could you explain how they interact with our cells and turn them against us?
Definitely. Viruses like HPV, EBV, and hepatitis B and C are experts at manipulating our cells. They essentially hijack our normal cellular machinery. Take HPV for example. It can integrate its DNA into the host cell's genome, causing uncontrolled cell division, essentially making the cells immortal, which is one of the first steps in cancer formation. Similarly, EBV causes lymphomas by infecting immune cells, and hepatitis B or C directly targets the liver, leading to cirrhosis and liver cancer over time. These viruses exploit our cells' machinery, turning them into cancer factories.
So these viruses are like master manipulators using our own cells to spread their influence. They essentially create a perfect storm for cancer development. Now, Aditi, what about cancer related immunosuppression? How does this make patients more vulnerable to viral infection, especially in the case of chemotherapy or leukemia?
That's a crucial part of the puzzle. Immunosuppression, whether the chemotherapy or diseases like leukemia, weakens the body's ability to fight infections. When the immune system is compromised, the body becomes much less capable of keeping latent viruses in the check. Normally, viruses like CMV, that is cytomegalovirus, or herpes virus stay dormant, but when the immune system isn't functioning properly, these viruses can reactivate and thrive, increasing the risk of cancers. So, it's not just the initial infection that's a problem, it's the reactivation of these viruses when our immune defenses are low.
So it's like the silent enemy that waits for the perfect moment to strike when we are the most vulnerable. That makes me think of how critical our immune system is in keeping these viruses at bay. But Aditi, you mentioned antiviral therapies and vaccines. How can these tools help prevent virus associated cancers, particularly in immunocompromised patients?
It's a great question, Ritika. Vaccines like the HPV vaccine and hepatitis B vaccines are key in preventing cancers in the first place. They block infection, which significantly reduces the risk of the cancers associated with these viruses. For patients already immunocompromised, antiviral therapies can help control latent virus and prevent reactivation. For example, antiviral drugs can keep CMV under control in transplant patients, reducing the risk of viral-driven cancers. So, these therapies and vaccines are like shields that protect vulnerable individuals from the double whammy of both a weak immune system and the viral threat.
So, if I understood correctly, it's like having a two pronged defense, one that prevents the invasion, and the other one that keeps the invaders in check. Now, before we wrap up, Aditi, can you summarize why understanding this interplay between viruses, immunosuppression, and cancer is so critical in modern cancer treatment?
Absolutely. This connection is vital because it opens up new avenues for prevention and treatment. By targeting oncoviral infections, we can reduce the cancer burden in patients who are already immunocompromised. Additionally, it helps us understand how to strengthen the immune system in the face of these hidden threats, and it emphasizes the importance of vaccination and antiviral therapy in high risk populations. Ultimately, knowledge of this relationship can change how we approach cancer prevention and therapy moving forward.
Well said, Aditi. Thank you for joining me in this fascinating discussion about oncovirus, immunosuppression, and how they both work together to fuel cancer. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe, share, and join us again for more deep dives into science of cancer. Until next time, stay curious and stay healthy.